You know what's terrifying for the music industry? Sometimes the biggest movement in music doesn't come from the people everyone expects. It comes from the people everyone underestimated. And that's exactly why the internet exploded after one simple moment involving voiceover artist Inka Magnaye. Because when she casually revealed the scale of SB19’s concert finale, people froze. Not because fans were celebrating again, not because social media was exaggerating something for attention, but because the numbers sounded almost unreal. 100,000 people. Think about that for a second. A crowd so massive that even experienced industry professionals were left stunned. A sea of people screaming, singing, crying, and celebrating together under one sky at the SMDC festival grounds. And suddenly, the conversation changed overnight. People who once ignored SB19 started asking questions. Casual viewers became curious. Even critics began paying attention. Because deep down, everyone realized the same thing at the same moment. This was no longer just fandom hype. This was something much bigger. There are concerts that entertain people for a night. Then there are moments that become part of culture itself. The kind of moments people remember years later because they didn't just showcase popularity, they proved a shift was happening right in front of everyone's eyes. And what made this moment even more powerful was the way Inka Magnaye reacted to it. Her voice didn't sound exaggerated. It didn't sound scripted or forced for social media engagement. Instead, it sounded genuine, almost shocked. She openly admitted that the SB19 finale crowd was the biggest audience she had ever done a voiceover for. 100,000 people, not edited camera angles, not manipulated footage, not fantasy. Real people, real energy, real impact. And honestly, that reaction hit fans emotionally because for years, Aiton had to defend SB19 from constant criticism. People said they were too different, too ambitious, too unconventional. Some claimed Ppop could never compete globally. Others mocked the idea that a Filipino group could ever reach this level of influence. But while people were busy doubting them, SB19 kept working, quietly, relentlessly, painfully. That's what makes this story powerful. This success wasn't built overnight. It wasn't handed to them by a giant system designed to guarantee fame. It came from years of grinding through rejection, pressure, exhaustion, criticism, and impossible expectations. Every comeback carried more pressure than the last. Every performance became another test. Every mistake was magnified online. But instead of collapsing under that pressure, they evolved. They improved every single time people thought they had reached their limit. And eventually, the growth became impossible to ignore. Because talent alone doesn't create this kind of movement. Thousands of talented artists exist. What separates SB19 is the emotional connection they create with people, especially on stage. Even people outside the fandom often say the same thing after watching them live. There's something different about their performances. It's not just choreography, not just visuals, not just production. It's the feeling they create in the room, the live vocals, the energy, the emotional storytelling, the intensity in their expressions, the way they control a crowd, the way they make tens of thousands of people feel personally connected to the performance. That's something viral clips alone can never achieve. Social media can introduce people to artists, but live performances are what transform curiosity into loyalty. And SB19 has mastered that rare ability to convert casual viewers into real believers. Once people truly watch them perform, the perception changes completely. Suddenly, the hype starts making sense. Suddenly, the numbers feel earned. Suddenly, people understand why fans are so emotionally invested. A lot of people still try to dismiss SB19's rise as internet hype, but that argument doesn't survive reality anymore. Online trends disappear fast. Algorithms move on quickly. Viral fame fades every day, but SB19 didn't fade. They kept growing, and that only happened because their foundation was real. Every era showed growth. Every challenge made them stronger. Every setback became fuel. While others relied only on temporary attention, SB19 built trust with their audience. And over time, that trust transformed into something much more powerful than virality. It became loyalty. Now, their audience goes far beyond dedicated Atin supporters. Casual listeners are discovering their music every day. Music reactors are analyzing their artistry. Industry professionals are studying their branding and independence. International audiences are becoming curious about Ppop because of them. Older listeners who once ignored idol groups are now emotionally connecting with their songs. That kind of expansion doesn't happen accidentally. It happens when artists consistently prove themselves over and over again until even skeptics are forced to acknowledge their impact. And that's why Inka Magnaye's reaction mattered so much. Because credibility changes how people process information. She isn't viewed as someone blindly participating in stan culture. She's respected, professional, authentic. So when someone like her openly acknowledges the scale of SB19's finale, it feels different, more objective, more believable, more grounded in reality. And sometimes, one genuine reaction from a respected figure is enough to completely shift public perception. That's exactly what happened here. But this story goes beyond one concert or one viral conversation. What SB19 achieved represents something much larger for Filipino music itself. For years, many people believed global-level idol success could only come from countries with massive entertainment industries already dominating the world stage. SB19 challenged that belief. They proved Filipino artists could compete internationally without losing their identity, without pretending to be something they're not, without abandoning their roots just to fit global expectations. And because of that, the entire landscape of Ppop is changing. Newer groups are entering an industry that now feels more possible than it did before. Doors that once looked permanently closed suddenly feel reachable. Whether people personally stan SB19 or not, their influence on the industry is becoming impossible to deny. They shifted perceptions, they opened conversations, they forced people to take Filipino talent more seriously on the global stage. And moments like this massive finale only strengthen that reality even further. But none of this would exist without the fans who stayed loyal from the beginning. Atin deserves enormous credit for helping build this movement into what it is today. And this isn't just normal fan support. The loyalty surrounding SB19 is genuinely extraordinary. Fans defended them during controversies, promoted them tirelessly online, organized trends, streamed performances, filled venues, supported projects, and most importantly, they stayed during the difficult years when believing in SB19 wasn't considered cool or popular. That loyalty created the foundation for everything happening now. Because behind every massive achievement is a fan base that refused to give up on the artists they believed in. And that emotional history is exactly why moments like the 100,000 finale hit fans so deeply. To outsiders, it might just look like another successful concert, but longtime supporters understand the deeper meaning behind it. They remember the years of doubt, the mockery, the underestimation, the endless criticism. So seeing respected personalities acknowledge SB19's scale today feels like emotional validation after years of fighting to prove something the world refused to see. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of this entire story. Fans didn't just watch SB19 succeed. They grew alongside them. They struggled alongside them. They celebrated every small victory because they understood how difficult the journey truly was. Which is why seeing giant crowds and global recognition now feels personal for so many people. It feels earned, but reaching this level changes everything. Expectations become heavier, pressure becomes greater, the spotlight becomes brighter than ever before. Yet, if SB19's journey has proven anything, it's that they thrive under pressure. Every time people predicted their limit, they broke through it. Every time people underestimated them, they answered with growth. And now, after conversations like this involving Inka Magnaye, confirming the scale of their finale, even more people around the world are becoming curious about who SB19 really is. And curiosity is dangerous in the best possible way, because curiosity leads people to search. Searching leads people to discover the music, and discovery creates new believers, which means this entire movement may still only be the beginning. For longtime 18, though, this moment probably feels incredibly emotional, because after years of criticism, doubt, rejection, and being underestimated, the world is finally catching up to something they understood long ago. SB19 was never temporary, never just another internet trend, never just hype. They were building a legacy the entire time.